And I want you to talk on this, Shawn, like what, because this was big in the clubs that I've seen implement this, the relationship with your clients, the level of relationship and understanding of their goals by doing the wellness assessments and by truly understanding what they want to accomplish versus, oh, hey, welcome to the club. Here's your membership key, or here's your membership, or whatever. And some
Yeah.
clubs do a good job with the intake. They want to know what the person's goal is, but that's usually a sales tactic.
Yeah.
More so than actually to really get to know them. But now once you get to know why they really want to get healthy, whether it's to play with their grandkids or to go do a hike of, that's been on their bucket list for the last 50 years, whatever the case is. I mean, what's been your experience with learning the wellness assessment outside of the club?
Yeah.
More important than actually
Yeah.
doing an assessment in the club.
Yeah, I think the thing for us, for Tiffany and I, it's Tiffany's favorite thing to do now. Because, you find out things, people really open up when you're authentic and like you really start to understand why people want change, why they want to improve their life. And, it's that discovery phase of kind of understanding past, present, future. I used to ask people all the time in an environment at the gym, tell me when the last time you looked and felt the way you wanted to look and feel, and what's changed between now and the last time you looked and felt the way you wanted to look and feel, right?
Nice.
And then,
yeah.
and a lot of the time they'd look at you blankly, and I'd be like, so in my experience, I found a lot of people have never in their entire life looked and felt the way they wanted to feel, and maybe never been exactly where they wanted to be, and that's okay. And so if that's the case, like, just say that, because owning that and being open to acknowledging that will kind of set you free almost, right?
Yeah.
And so, when you're able to do that and you're able to provide people that authenticity in an environment where they're in the comfort of their own home, or while they're traveling in the morning to work, or whatever that looks like, right? Whether it's that initial establishing of a relationship and a new client, in your ability to get that discovery and really figure out what ultimately you can do to best help them, or it's that continued relationship of, figuring out maybe what discoveries, barriers, challenges people have. The line of communication is more real and authentic than I've ever seen it in any environment. And I would have considered myself a very, very, very successful, person in gym sales, right?
Absolutely.
Because I was relatable, right? And I was able to help people,
well, and trustworthy too. Right. I mean, that comes across. I mean, it's like you and I both growing up in the industry that we grew up in and how long we were there. We always had that barrier of our integrity and our care, like for people in our team, superseded everything else in spite of all the pressures that corporate would sometimes lay on us. Yeah. And that was, I mean, that's why to this day, we've got old staff members who would come back to work with us.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat, and we have members who are seeking us out because they remember when we were at a club across town, 15 years ago.
Right.
So I mean, that's a huge thing. So people already, like, they could sense your heart and that you wanted to help them and that they trusted that you were going to guide them in the right direction. I think if that's the type of gym owner or trainer that you are, that's going to come across. So sales in that case are always great. But what I think I'm hearing you say now is that we now have a program that like you can easily turn over to them and promise them the world, because if they do it, they're going to see these results. In a large health club, sometimes if I promised you could get in shape and gave you a membership card, and then that was the end of the relationship, man, I got no idea what you're going to be able to accomplish, and probably not very much.
Absolutely.
So without the support and without that, the rest of it is just not going to happen. You need somebody in your corner. You need that accountability, that friendship, that all that stuff, and a good program that's easy to follow.
Yeah. I mean, I always used to really kind of preface things around providing knowledge and education and motivation and accountability. And it's the same thing I do to this day. The difference is I'm able to do it in a way where we're connecting with people on a different level and we're actually getting through to them, right?
Yeah.
And at a level that they're staying engaged and staying involved, and they're getting, you know, like I started out by saying, whether if they didn't either meet a personal trainer, meet a good workout partner, or meet a good group X instructor or group fitness instructor that like they were drawn to, 9 times out of 10, that's the person that was a member for 90 days, you know?
Right.
And then they quit, and then it was rinse and repeat, right? They went 3 to 6 months, and then they tried it again.
Yeah.
And it was that vicious cycle of, you know, of re-engaging those people, where what we're doing is we have this progressive path for someone, get them to their goal, transition them to maintenance, and then like set them up for success in life long term. And
Yeah.
you know, that relationship continues for weeks and months and years.
Lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to talk specifically about that, but I have to go grab my props.